What's up, guys? Machado Rockstar here once again. Another educational video. You guys seem to love these, so I'm going to keep doing them. This one is from my good friend IRL Saffy. So, let's take a look at this game. Here we go. Alright, so immediately turn one, he picks up Stinger, he picks up Swarmer, he picks up Blob Fighter. This is just a rockin' start. So, we need to recognize that he is clearly going to be going aggressive here. So, there's a couple different ways we can counter it, right? We can go aggressive ourselves, try to race him down, then, first one to get the last kill wins, which is kind of tough because he's going first, and he does have 3 really great blobs. So the other way we could play it is to base it up, protect the face, try to win that way. The hard part is, though, is that there's a blob destroyer out there as well. I don't know if I can afford to also give him a blob destroyer. It's entirely possible. It's possible I can use this gambit here, get 1 trade, scrap it, get 6 trade, and go base. Like, that's a thing. That is a viable play. But it's hard for me to talk myself out of not getting a blob destroyer when he has so many good blobs. Because this is only, 5 damage block, and this is 3 damage block with 2 heal. So when he's got that many blobs, you got to get the blob destroyer and keep it away from him. So here's another tough decision. I'm contemplating scrapping, doing the same play, get for 1, draw a card to try to get blob alpha. I think about it. Eventually I end up just going with the ram and trying to trap the starters. And so what I mean by trapping the starters is you've played cards, and then when you trigger a cycle in the middle of a hand, those cards that you've played go into the new discard pile, which means they don't get shuffled into your original deck, which means you don't get to draw them for another cycle. Sometimes that sucks, because sometimes that means you'll trigger a draw and then your best cards get trapped in the discard pile. But sometimes in a case like this, you're actually trapping your 5 starters in your discard pile, which means your future draws on this next deck are going to be really good. So I went with that, and got kind of lucky. Managed to pick up a blob bot. These are good cards. So my dreams of aggroing him before he aggroes me are still alive, right? They're still viable. So there's defense bot. I don't think I can afford to let him get a scrap card on me. I end up buying that. He's already got blobs. He can't get efficiency 2, see, and then he scraps blob alpha, which is, I think, a very good play, right? The likelihood of me getting 7 for Moonworm is pretty low, considering my deck. I literally would have to get the draw that I have. I think this is a smart play. And then he also scraps the Stinger to pick up the Breeding Site, which I think is also another good play, right? Breeding Site is one of the best bases in the whole game. 7 health, 5 damage upon playing, and 5 extra damage every time you play a base. Man, that is good. So there's another good play. Plus, if it stays out for a while, he combos his blobs all the time. So I think this is great. Really smart play on his part. And even though it seems like we're even on life total, I don't take into account that he's got an 8 damage gambit here and 3 plus 2 and a card draw here. So he's got 13 extra damage. So I'm actually sitting at 23. So, you get Moonworm, it's fine, but I actually have, I'm more behind than it seems. And I do not actually adjust for it. I should be playing a lot more defensively now. You know, so I go with Commander Click, but honestly, should have picked up the storage silo. Should have just gotten some healing and try to extend the game a little bit more. You know, I'm I'm letting him just continue to play aggressively. Picks up a nice base. This is good. Scraps a dangerous card. Also good. You know, I'll be honest. You know, I played this game on stream, and I'm kind of surprised at how distracted I was. Just because I was having a lot of fun and everybody was joking around, and I was probably a little more focused on the stream than I was on the game. So, but you know, I mean, we draw a little better. We draw a Moonworm. We still win. You know, but unfortunately, we just don't. I don't know what this card was, but I do think he should have scrapped to draw another card and potentially kill me now. He's giving me a chance to come back. We'll find out if he plays it. Doesn't matter though, because now we're dead. Yep. See what I mean? So, I really don't think I took his extra damage into account. I like pretty much every play he made here. He's very focused. He knew what his plan was, and he executed it. He was like, I'm going to attack. I'm going to get blobs. I'm going to play aggressively, and I'm going to kill him before he kills me. Well played. Well played. This is textbook aggressive play. And that's how you're going to win most of your games. If you're playing a lot of games and you're trying to increase your win percentage, like, this is how you do it. You got to pick up these, not easy wins, but like simple wins, clean wins. Wins where you're just like, go, go, go. Get the blobs, maybe scrap, but just get the damage and shoot him in the face and win the game with aggression. Like, if you just play an aggro strategy every time, you're going to win more than 50% of your games. Probably. Like, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Sometimes just brute strength and brute aggression wins a game. And that's what happens, you know? He played really well, and I bottom decked Moonworm, and I lost, you know? But you could see this game was, like, pretty close. At least it seemed like it. You know, it seemed like I was ahead when I was at 27-11, but you know, again, when you play against an aggressive deck, if you draw bad once, it's over. Because they will just keep hammering you for significant chunks of your life total until you dead. So, you got to make sure that when your opponent goes aggressive, you are adjusting accordingly. And you have a plan and you stick with it the whole time. Now, I did stick with the plan, but I think this plan was a little bit ill-advised because it required me to get pretty darn lucky with my draws. And there's no guarantee that I was gonna. You know, I didn't have that many turns, and I think I should have been a little more focused on giving myself that one extra turn instead of just trying to race a guy who had 3 powerful blobs on turn 1. You know. So, upon further review, not the best strategy I've ever had. Not the best game I've ever played, but well played by my opponent, Saffy. It's good to see you, man, and thank you for being on the stream. This is the Rockstar. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.